No. um, all right, we're recording. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of the Mouthy Podcast.
Wait,
I'm
it said
me.
episode 3.
No, you're 4.
Wait, but on the thing in the waiting room it said
Oh,
episode 3.
crap. I just misnamed it. That's cringe. Wait, how do I change?
You
Rename.
gotta get me mixed up with Ryerson, huh?
Oh, no. Whatever. We'll just have 2 episodes 3. That'll be so awesome.
2 episode 3s, that'd be dude.
Anyways, we're here. I'm me. You're you. You're Henry.
That is correct, yes.
Welcome to it. The theme of this podcast for you, because I know you didn't do any research, and for those who
That's
are
kind of
listening for
facts,
the
though.
first time, basically the theme is what's your story? That's the question I ask. It doesn't have to be. Well, it can be your life story. It can be your funniest story. It can be the story of how you ended up right here, right now, in this moment, how we met. Whatever you want, interpret it how you will. Um, I'm also gonna just ask you some other questions. Like sometimes I'll ask someone what their
Alrighty.
story is, and then they're done in 2 minutes. So I have to fill like another hour of time.
Another hour, yeah.
Um, but yeah, and then at the end, I'll give you a chance to ask me some questions, flip the script, interview the interviewer, because that's swag. Well, Henry, what is your story?
Well, I I saw, bro. I'm trying to. I
Yeah,
said
it's not even-
I'm out here trying to tell my story and getting mad notifications on my phone. Um, so I don't. So basically,
you're getting distracted too easily, bro.
dude, oh, the banners. It's the banners. It's all the banners. So basically, well, I really like mountain biking. Mountain biking is like my thing. Um, I used to be really into skiing and soccer and everything, but soccer, my interest in soccer has declined
Or you
quite a
hate
bit.
soccer.
I kind of do. And I still ski a little bit, but yeah, definitely more into mountain biking nowadays. Yeah, I got into it. I got into it when I was 10. Um, oh my god. Okay, I got into it when I was 10. I had like a $400 just like super budget hardtail, and I really hated going uphill, but I really
What's a
liked going.
hardtail?
It's a it's a mountain bike without rear suspension.
Oh,
Only has front suspension.
okay. That
Yeah.
sounds
So,
so good.
dude.
When you fall,
Yeah.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's like an entry level bike.
Mm.
So, I mean, but yeah. So then I rode that for a year, and then got my pops. He had a dual suspension bike, which I thought
Okay,
was which I
upgrades,
thought
baby.
was which I thought was like super dope at the time. But looking back, that was not a very nice bike.
It was
I
kind of
mean,
a
it was nice when it came out, which was 2006.
okay.
But it was 2017 at the time, so it wasn't, obviously. And I hadn't the previous owner hadn't serviced the suspension too well, so it was not great. But then I moved up to my I got a 2009 Specialized Stump Jumper, previously owned by my cousin.
Okay. Going from
And
a 2006 to a 2009 bike.
I thought,
Upgrades, baby.
dude, I thought that thing was like just the stuff. I thought that thing was just so sick. And it was like for the stuff I was riding then, but then I've gotten into like bigger features like big drops and jumps and gnarly stuff. And yeah, that thing just that thing had super outdated like geometry and everything. It was so I rode that for a year while I was saving up for a bike. Well, I rode it for 2.5 years actually, but only I was saving up for a new one for a year and a half of
Hmm.
riding that bike. And then so yeah, that one got stolen.
I
That
got
one got
snaked, dude.
that
I
that
remember when
one
it got stolen.
that was pretty cringe. So that one got stolen. And then I was like, oh well, I'm saving up for a new one anyways, so it won't be too big of a deal. But
But they stole your nice pedals.
I was wrong. I was very wrong. Yes, I was pretty chapped about the $250 mallets as well. But
So what makes a pedal worth 250? Like,
so
like
basically,
how?
it's like a lot of material. There's engineering that goes into it, and they're just good quality. So basically, and they were clipless pedals, which I know this is dumb, but with bikes, clipless pedals are the pedals that your feet clip into, and then flat pedals are the pedals that you just have like your normal shoes on. Um,
What?
and they're yeah, I know it's
Clipless are the ones with clips?
yeah, and then flats are the ones without. Um,
Who? What?
I
That's like,
know it's dumb.
oh my god. That's like calling like men. That's like if the scientific name for men was birth, like children birthers. Like that's a horrible
What?
example. I don't know, dude. That's just so backwards.
Children birthers? Okay.
Because obviously
Alrighty.
we
But
don't birth
anyways,
the children.
regardless,
So it's kind of
So basically, yeah, I was chapped about that, and then so that was 10 weeks of waiting for my new bike to get here because
oh,
so
it's making
everything
needing to
was there.
play soccer, dude. Hating your life.
I know,
You're like, I have no
honestly,
excuse
but
to skip the game this weekend.
that's facts. But yeah. So basically, I so I it was a bit of a hefty purchase for a 14-year-old. I
Yeah, how
I
much does your
paid
new one cost?
3,500. So I put $3,500 into it, and my parents put 1,500 into it. So that was pretty nice.
And weren't you saying it's not even
And
like that's sort of a
and
mid-range bike? Weren't you saying?
yeah, that's like a mid-range dual suspension. However,
Right.
however,
So
we a
wrong.
bunch of because it was the end of the season, and like supply chains and everything were out of stock. I got a bunch of upgrades completely for free. Um, so I would say that bike's around like a little over worth 6 grand now, even though I only paid like $4,800 for it. Um,
Jeez. That is
and
oh, that makes my stomach hurt, dude. That's like
yeah,
a house in Nebraska. It's like a village in
well,
Nebraska.
I think that's on Nebraska. You know,
That's just all of Nebraska. You can just buy
that's
Nebraska.
I could buy a Nebraska for $4,800, dude. Yeah, so basically, anyways, back to the story of the wait. So it was 10 weeks with no mountain bike ride, which is like, not okay. That was really just not cool at all.
Mm.
Um, and so basically so I ordered it, I believe on the 1st or the 2nd of September. And he said, okay, it should be ready around the 25th of September. And I was like, oh, okay, that's like just under a month. That should be
It's
okay.
like almost. No,
But
I'm
then,
so
so
dumb.
2 weeks later,
Can't even say that.
he was like, he emailed us and he was like, oh, so everything's here except the wheels. Um, and Raceface said that they're gonna be back in stock like on the 25th. So that's like when it was supposed to be ready. So it's not gonna be ready like perfectly on time, but but
Wait.
it won't be too much longer.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
So so then then the next day we get an email saying Raceface, the brand I was getting the wheels from, they pushed their estimated time of arrival for those wheels back to November 17th.
Yikes.
So I was a little bit I was not too pleased with that information.
Well, are the wheels?
But
Could you just not snake new wheels, or are the wheels
however,
like big boy? Oh, sorry,
however,
sorry, sorry, sorry.
he found me some new wheels that were some, well, not new, but some different ones that were shipping from Washington. And then yeah, so then I ended up getting the bike on October 16th after ordering it on September 1st, and that was including the time before I'd ordered the bike while my bike had been stolen. After my bike had been stolen,
That's like at
I
least a
didn't
year and a
ride.
couple months.
I didn't I didn't ride for 67 days.
Oh, you are filthy,
60
dude. You counted.
67 days of no riding. And I was chapped about that. But then I got my bike. It's super sick. Got a lot of suspension. Um, and then there was this rock drop that I was kind of eyeing up before my other one got stolen.
The dynamite roll.
No, that's a rock roll. This is a rock drop. So
Oh,
there's
sorry.
there's like a space in between where you go off and the landing. And I would say it's maybe like a solid 12, 13 feet. And so I was
Of
eyeing it
jump
up.
or
Sorry?
of space in between?
No, like height.
Oh, gee. Okay, I thought you meant you were jumping 12 feet long.
Oh, dude, that's not that bad though. That's not a big of a jump. It's not too bad.
It's like that's like 3 of you.
I know. You're going
You're
fast. If you're
not
doing
4
jumps,
feet
you're
tall.
going fast. If you're doing jumps, you're going fast. You're gonna clear them.
That's
And
so okay. Well, how long is the gap?
so I don't know. I would say the gap is not very small. It's not very big. Sorry, my bad. It's not very big. I would say it's maybe like 3 or 4 feet long. You definitely got to go a lot faster than you think you do.
And how
Because
tall is the like distance between the rocks? Do you know what I mean?
like like where you come off in the landing,
Yeah.
like 12 or 13 feet.
I thought you meant 12 from the
No, so
top.
it's like 12 or 13 feet
Okay,
up or
and then a
down, and then
landing,
it's
and
like
then you still have
three
to
or
come.
four feet. So basically it's like 3 or 4 feet from where the you come off to the
Mm.
landing like that, but then it's
And
like
then how
12 or
tall is the
13 feet
landing
high.
off of the ground?
Oh, I don't know, but it's like that's like hard to gauge because it's like a pretty steep landing. You land
Okay, it
it
doesn't
and then
matter.
you go into a corner.
This is
But yeah, so anyways, it's like
it's
you're
it's
probably in the
significant.
air for about 12 or 13 feet before you from where you go off the rock into the landing.
Okay.
Um,
Holy crap.
yeah. So anyways, so I did that on my very first ride back, and I was pretty happy about that because I was not expecting to. But
You're expecting to bail?
no, I was just not expecting to like have the balls to do it.
Oh,
But
not expecting to stand.
yeah, not expecting to just gear. But yeah. So then, I was doing a little more riding with it. And then you know, and then the next weekend, the weekend after I got my bike, I went and looked at what Jack said earlier, dynamite roll. It was very very moist that day,
Can I show
so
the video?
none of us did it. I mean, if you're
Oh, you didn't do it. Trying to
no
plug your
no, but
Instagram, bro. Don't hate.
we'll just go on the Instagram. I have it there. I have it posted there.
That's what I'm saying.
You can show it if you want. Yeah, it's not my first time doing it though.
Okay.
It's
Tell
the
your first time story then.
so my first time story.
I'll just keep.
So we went up to Dynamite Roll. It's a secret location, so I can't tell you where it is, even though
Is that
you
real?
probably don't care. Yeah, it's like it's not on a trail. It's like
How did you
secret
find it? Or how did you know?
because I'm a loam shark. I just hunt for secret trails.
You're a lone shark?
No, loam,
Oh,
and
okay.
loam shark, which is basically just people who hunt for loamers, and that's really all they do.
What's a
And
loam?
loamer is another word for secret trail. I'm sorry, I'm just used to not having to specify the lingo.
Oh yeah,
Um,
sorry, with a
no,
non-rhyme.
that's all
I
good.
thought you
That's
were
all good.
saying loan shark, like you go beat people
No.
up, they don't pay their money in time.
Well, I mean, there's some loamers that if people find out about them, you have to kill them. So they
Is a
got to
dynamite
stay
roll a
secret.
loam?
No,
Like
so
a kill roll?
there's a loam trail into Dynamite Roll, but
Wait,
Dynamite Roll is just a feature.
it's a
So,
what?
anyways, it's a feature, just like a
Oh, I thought you said peacher. I
no.
was like, what is that?
No. So yeah, so basically my first time doing it, I went up to it. This
Hmm.
was like a week or so after the first time I just went and looked at it. Um,
Like, let me just peek
and
at this. Oh, what is it? Lomer?
it's it's
Domer.
it's pretty scary. It's intimidating. So because the run, you don't really have anywhere to set up for it to go into it.
Mm.
Um, and it's about 35 feet high, so I'd maybe say like a little over 2 stories.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
show the video now, I think, just for context. Is that cool?
okay, yeah.
Here
And
is
then
Henry going off it. It's gonna be a really doo-doo quality video because that's the way we do it around here.
oh, buddy, for sure.
Oh crap, is Blur on
Oh, look at
still?
that.
Don't
Oh,
worry.
the blur is on. You gotta turn the blur off.
Yeah, turn the blur off, baby. Okay. Okay. Are we in?
Okay,
Look at
okay,
this.
okay.
Look at that absolute send by Mr.
Oh,
Rowan.
that thing is
Goodness.
so as you can see there, there's like three kind of sections of the rock, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know? You
No.
see what I mean? No? No, but if you so like look at the video.
Okay,
Right?
okay, okay, okay.
Look at the video.
Oh yeah.
And there's
Okay.
like three sections, right?
Yeah, one,
So,
2, 3. Easy. I see him.
yeah, so basically the first when you're just looking at it from the top, you just the on the crack between the second and the third section, you're just looking at that, and when you're at the top, it looks like there's a lip that's just gonna launch you straight off, and you just because you can't see past it, and you're just like, what's on the other side of that? I don't want to crash, but and then you go down to the bottom of it and you look at it, and you're like, oh, I know what's on the bottom of there, and you go back up to the top, get on your bike, like I forgot what's on the other side of it already, like
Right.
it's like it's a
You
mind
could
game,
say it
but
finagles you.
yes, that is I would say one of the correct one of the terms you could use to
Yeah, so
describe it.
you've got your biking lingo. I've got my podcast lingo, bro. Finagle's a must. It's a
For
go-to
sure,
word.
buddy.
I try to use it
Um
twice per episode.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, we're already on a good track for
We've
that. How
ticked
long
off
have we been?
once, so there you go.
Like 15 minutes? Not that long.
Yeah, sixteen
Um
twelve as of right now. Who's
16:12.
counting
Okay.
though?
Well, since recording or since being on the call?
I don't know, Desmond. We'll
um
see.
so yeah, so basically I was sitting at the top of that thing for I don't know, maybe like a little over an hour. Like it was a
Oh,
long
for
time.
real.
It was a long time,
What are
and
you
then I
doing?
just
Just
decided
vibing to purpose?
I was just sitting there, and I was like, "Am I gonna do it? I gotta do it. I really want to do it." But I just went for it, and
Is the
I
adrenaline
was
kind of clean?
I was I was like I went off it, and I didn't really. I felt like I was just kind of like along for the ride. I didn't really feel like I was actually riding the feature, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Like I just kind of felt like I was on my bike, like not really in the moment. But when I went back and rode it in the video that you just showed,
So did you only do it
um,
once that day?
I only did it once the first time, but the last time I did it, which was on Tuesday, I did it 3 times in a row. Um, because the thing is, right. So I did it for the first time, and I was like, yeah, that was scary. But then the next time I went up to it, I saw it, and I was like, yeah, no problem, I can do that. And then
And you're
I just
comfortable
went
with it
for it,
once you do it.
and I went for it, and I was like, dude, this feature is so much fun because I was like in the moment, I like felt myself going down the rock and everything, and it was
Mhm.
just like such a good feeling. And I was like, I got to do that more. And so I kept doing it, and yeah, Tuesday was actually my birthday too, so that was nice.
Yeah,
Um,
happy belated. I already, dude, I was so clutch. I texted you before 11 p.m.
I
That's
know.
my problem. I always like see people's birthdays like when they have an hour of birthday left. And I'm like, oh, happy birthday. Uh,
Happy birthday, yes, sir.
dude,
Um,
happy 23 hours into your birthday.
yeah, dude. So, yeah, so that was it's just such a good feeling. I will admit I am a bit of an adrenaline junkie, but you know,
Yeah.
it's a
What
good
are your
feeling.
thoughts on bungee?
On what?
Bungee jumps.
Oh, I've never done it, but I want to try it. I really want to try it.
You do?
Oh yeah, dude, those look sick.
Dude, my greatest fear is heights, and my other greatest
Really.
fear is like falling from heights. So when you combine standing really high and falling off of it, that's like the worst thing ever. And then you have to go
Yeah,
down
that's
and go
fair.
back up and then go back down again.
That's fair.
Doesn't
But
sound
yeah,
clean
no,
to me.
I'm not. I used to be scared of heights, but ever since doing stuff like dynamite roll and like big drops and stuff, I'm not too bad with them anymore.
Hmm.
Um, and then yeah, so I lately I've been finding a lot of new secret trails. Redacted, I can't tell you where they
So
are.
wait, how do secret trails happen?
So basically, there's two things. So either they used to be legal trails, like sanctioned. Um,
They got illegal?
no. So they used to be legal. Like they used to be legal. Like people they used to be on like the map and everything.
Hmm.
Um, and then they got shut down, but people still know where they are. So that's one thing. And then another one is people can just build them like without permission or anything, and then obviously not on the map. Um, and yeah, I'm new to the loamer, the secret
The
trail
lower
business,
community.
the loamer community. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like the secret trail builders, are better than the official trail builders, which is a little bit sad, because the
Mm.
official trail builders get paid, and
Yeah.
the
What
secret
would you
trail
say?
builders don't.
Well, that shows the dedication, right? Like the real trail
That's
builders,
the thing.
that's their job. But if you actually
Yeah,
want to do it enough to do it without getting paid, you'll probably
yeah.
do it,
Well, that's
be
the
good at
thing,
it.
right? So basically, there's this kind of like there's this bypass trail on Mount Seymour, and it it was like not very fun. It just kind of had like flat corners, and it didn't really have good flow, even though it was supposed to be a flow trail, because the corners were flat and bumpy and everything. It just sucked. But so then
Sucked
basically,
rocks, dude.
so then basically, the other week, this legend named Caleb Polanco, um, he was like, you know what, this trail is terrible. I'm gonna fix it up.
Did you
And
stay with your dog? Yeah.
he's not part of the he's not part of the official trail building or anything.
Wait, so
But
how do you know him? Who is like? Is he a
okay,
YouTube guy?
so basically, he was he instructed my bike camp when I was 11. I did a bike
Mm.
camp when I was 11. He instructed that, and now he rides for Kona. So like a lot of people know him.
Kona?
Yeah, Kona bikes. Dude, my leg is so
Oh,
shiny.
dude, I was thinking of Rona. I was like, why would a hardware store hire a?
But
Oh
yeah,
my
so
god, I'm
anyways,
slow. Yes.
he built up those berms, which are like, just kind of built up big corners, and yeah, they're
Dude,
really
this is
nice
so
now.
bad. If someone doesn't know what you're talking about, they're
They're gonna
fit.
be cheese. They're just gonna. Okay, maybe we should talk about something else, because
Get
I
no, no, no,
this is
finish this. Get your mountain biking homies to watch this though. Still,
yeah, bro. Well, I mean, that's really it. He made it really nice. Berms are deep. They got nice flow. They're really
those are
fun.
deep, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, yeah, buddy. I actually do have a question.
Yeah, what's
Uh,
up?
in your professional opinion, for someone wanting to get into the loaming industry, by the way,
Hmm.
how do you spell low? Is it Loamer?
That is correct. That is the correct spelling of the
That
word.
is in the spelling bee now. If someone says loamer, I wouldn't even have to ask for a definition or for them to use it in a sentence. She's like, bam, LOA. And yes, what are your top 5 pro tips for someone wanting to get into the loaming industry?
um. Well, so you gotta keep him on the DL. You gotta keep him on the down low. I would say that's number
So,
one.
like, step one, don't
Unless,
go on a podcast and talk about loaming.
well, I mean, I can talk about it, but I can't like I'm not
You
gonna be like,
can't
oh yeah, it's like right
disclose.
there. I'm not gonna just like tell you where it is. But I
Yeah.
can tell you about the Loamers. So I would say you want to keep it secret.
TL.
You want to keep it
Keep it
like as
like thick.
secret as you can. You
That's
want to
from like
keep it as
Untitled
secret as
Chapter.
you can.
Sorry, that was poor.
So you want to keep it as secret as you can. So basically, like if you're like you can show like one or two people, but frick, I dropped it.
So is it like
So you can show like
self-isolation? You gotta have a bubble of trusted folks.
yeah. I mean, I
You
would
gotta
say that's
keep
how
it
it
in the
works. But
bubble.
the thing is like so like with the loamers that you want to keep like really secret that you don't really want to show anyone. That's like kind of that's the kind of kind of trail you want to have like that is like something that's like kind of fast and like smooth. Because if a lot of people ride it, the way it works is they're gonna break in the corners, and then there's gonna be big like holes in the corners, which makes it not very fun to ride.
Mm.
Um. So, but then there's like because there and then there's just some loamers that are like a lot more widely known. Um.
So
So you
there's
can like
the
you can like take your friends on those. Like
so there's
if a lot of people know it.
the known loams on Frome and the unknown loamers on Fromer. Or on
Well, I mean, my preferred loamers are on Seymour, but you know.
oh, so Frome isn't really about the known loams.
Oh well, no. Both mountains have like a ton of loam trails, but I prefer the ones on
Seymour. Okay, the problem is that it doesn't rhyme on Seymour, so it loses
Seymour.
like at least 5 points.
Yeah, but yeah. So that I would say that's tip number one. Keep it like secret when you need
Bit
to.
DL. So what would you say
Um,
if you find a well-known loam? a
Yeah.
known loam on Chrome, you could say. How many folks would you share this with?
Oh, like a well-known loamer, like a lot of people know about it, but
Yeah,
they don't necessarily know where it is.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then you could just show everyone.
But if it was
Like,
like
is
a
it? If,
would it just be like only you and your dad, or would it be you and the boys? Who would it be?
so I would say one friend, one or two friends at the maximum, and then like, and then yeah, dad.
All right. Number one, keep it DL.
Keep it DL. Well, keep it DL when it needs to be.
When it needs to keep it. This is so bad. You're like, yeah. So on this podcast, I mean, the good news is no one will watch this. Like, we're lucky if we get three
Well,
people who watch the entire thing. So, like, I
hey man,
imagine my
hey,
mom.
you asked for my story.
No, no, no. I'm just saying. I imagine that you're only disclosing this information to like my mom and my grandma. So I don't think they're gonna get out anytime soon riding loamers.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. But yeah, so then I would say second tip is like, because they're not legal trails, so you can like bring tools
So
and stuff to
don't
work
bring
on them.
the feds with you to the loamers.
Don't bring. Well, see, okay, this is my logic, right? So basically,
Mm,
if you run into other people riding loamers,
mm.
okay, they're riding the loamers too. They're not gonna like tell on you. They're not gonna like tell the district of North
It's a
Vancouver.
snake-free zone when you see someone
It's a
else on.
snake free zone. But then the thing is, also, if you see an NSMBA member, which is North Shore Mountain Bike Association, if you see if you see an NSMBA member riding a secret trail, it's just like, hold on. If you tell the DNV, which is District of North Vancouver, if you saw us on the Loam Trail, and they're like the illegal trail, they're gonna know that you were also riding it. So it's like, so the only way you can really get caught is if you're like really stupid and you're like going around hikers and stuff, and
Wait, but why
like
don't they want
almost
people riding
trying to get
loamers?
caught.
Just like
Well,
because it's
the thing
dangerous, I
is
guess.
it's like, well, I mean, partly that, but it's like there's just so many. There's like way more illegal trails than there are legal trails.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, and then the thing is also it's like the forest, like the actual nature. But I mean, I don't know. I
Are
would
they just
say,
fish? They're just like being annoying about it.
yeah, I would say so. It's like this is not that big of a deal. Like obviously, it's not like, I mean, there's definitely more pressing matters they could attend to.
Right. So number
But
one, keep it DL. Number two,
so I
no
would say
law enforcement officers or what was it? N
no
NS
fish.
MB.
NSMBA members.
Yeah.
NSMBA. So I'd say third rule is like just do your part. So every once in a while, if you
Like never
notice it's
don't
getting a little,
send.
well, obviously never don't send. Like,
I think that should
come
be
on.
rule one actually.
Um, but so I'd say third rule is do your part. If you notice that something's getting a little beat up, maybe try to find, because usually on loam trails there'll be like a shovel, rake, and stuff. That because they don't want to like be bringing tools into the road. So it's like, well, not into the road, my bad, but like you don't want to be bringing tools into, like, if someone sees you with like shovels on your back and like rakes, they're gonna know it's like, well, he's doing something illegal. He's building illegal trails.
Yeah, he's
So
low.
you want to just leave him at where the trail is. So yeah, if you're noticing they're getting a little beat up, then you could just do your part. Maybe throw
Wait,
some
dude.
extra dirt on there.
You said it you're called a loam shark?
Yeah,
L uh wolf. Loam wolf, dude. That would work as well. I was just thinking,
I
I
mean
was
that's
like,
the name of a really terrible YouTube channel.
Loam wolf? Dude, okay, props to that guy. I'm actually just gonna link his YouTube channel just for that, bro. What a legend. I swear. He had the
Dude,
idea
his
before. I'll
channel's
have
not
to
very good though.
I can't have plagiarism. I'll just make a bibliography. I'll cite Lone Wolf in APA format, dude.
Oh, that's an important step. So, I keep dropping this thing. So yeah, I would say rule number 3: give back. Like
Do your
work on them.
part.
Do your part.
What is it? Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Dude, that's it.
Uh,
Third, I would say don't.
Well,
Like
fourth. Don't
fourth.
pull a
Yeah,
jack
sorry.
and pull
My
the
bad.
fourth
My
snake
bad.
under.
My bad. My bad. You're
Yeah,
right.
I'll
Okay.
snake you out, dude. I think one of the rules should be no snake zone always.
Dude, I think that's a really good. I think that's a really good rule. Um. So. So, so yeah, basically, so rule number 4 is like respect the trails, which is
Mm.
like, yeah, I know everyone's gonna say that for like the legal trails, but then you get like the. I'm not bashing beginners here, okay? If there are any snowflakes
You
watching this
are.
far into the
You
episode,
are. You're bashing beginners, dude.
um, but they don't have the braking control, or like, the bike control that someone like me would have. So like quick flex, but so it's like
Oh, so you're saying if you're a
so
noob,
it's like
don't try to loam.
yeah, well, because you don't, well, it's like because then you're gonna be skidding in the trail, and then it's gonna like make ruts, um, and then it's gonna be a terrible trail. But so yeah, I would say like, just like respect the trail because a lot less people are gonna ride them, so you'll stay in nicer shape for longer. I would
Mm.
say that's rule 4.
So don't
Um,
loam out of your league. We could say.
don't low out of your league, mate. That is very important. Oh, what's rule 5 then, huh?
We don't need a
Um,
rule 5, dude. We can
you
just
don't
have
need a
four
rule
gold
5. I
rules.
mean,
We
that's
could
it.
have rule 5,
That's
never
it.
dump
That's it, really.
sand, never do snake.
I mean, I'm down for that.
I like it. All
Never
right.
dump sand. I'm down for that.
Um, I think if we speak any more about mountain biking,
Yeah.
uh, my brain might explode with all the new terms I'm learning, dude. Like, I don't
That's
know if
fair.
I can
That's
actually
fair.
process this much. Um,
I'm sorry. I
so
just talk
no,
about so
no,
much.
no, don't apologize. Um, so yeah, I got my Christmas tree today, dude. This is
You got
totally
a
unrelated.
Christmas tree.
I got my Christmas. What is it? The
Swag.
the fifth? That's what. If we get rid of it on the first, that's a good like 25 days Big Homie has to survive.
Dude, that's pretty sick.
So I don't know.
Oh, here.
Oh
I'll
no, more than that, 'cause it's 31 days.
here. So, you want me to tell the audience what I did with most of my birthday money?
Oh no, dude. What did you do? Oh
Well,
no.
you already
What
know
did you?
about it. You already know
I
about it.
do?
Yeah.
Did I forget? Oh, I'm a brick. I know what you got for your birthday
You're a
money.
brick, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Hold
yeah.
up. There you go. Where's the switch? What the heck? There we go.
Okay,
Look
okay.
at
There
that.
she is.
Look
Your
at that
thumb's
banger. Oh,
hiking
my
away.
thumb's in the loams. Look at that. Oh,
Oh,
frick.
that is actually a thing of beauty.
I know it is. It took me 2.5 hours to build.
Do
1,200
you,
pieces.
do you
I'm a
walk it around your
speedrunner.
room?
I do. It makes me very happy. And that's what I'm actually propping my phone up against right now. One of the legs.
Okay. Yeah, dude. It's I don't know why, but for some reason in my family, there's like Star Wars and Christmas are like sort of
Combined.
combined. Like I feel like I just always I don't even know if it's my parents. I feel like I just always end up being alone in my room one night and just watching the Star Warses.
Yeah, I feel that.
And it's always around Christmas time. It'll be like December 22nd, and I'll be like, bro, Star Wars right now, right here, bam. But yeah, but it's like full Christmassy downstairs, dude. Like I
Yeah.
can I don't know if you can hear it, but there's Christmas carols playing. We're lighting up the tree. My parents had to go by. We lit up our tree, and then we only got halfway down, and we ran out of lights. So our tree just looks really stupid because it's like like halfway up of lights, and
Nice.
then we started decorating it too. So we were gonna just. I was joking with mom. I was like, why don't we just put only ornaments on the bottom and only lights on the top? Just have it be the most ghetto tree ever.
Dude, that would be like super. That'd be super sturdy. There's no way that would fall over. If you got the heavy stuff at the bottom and the light stuff at the top, that is like perfect counterbalance.
The light stuff at the top, dude. And it's lights.
Dude,
Mind
I'm
blown.
so funny.
You're so smart, dude. It's like chess, the way you are with your jokes. You're like
I
moving the
know, dude.
pieces, setting it up perfectly for a checkmate.
It's facts though.
But yeah, I don't know. My dad made eggnog. It's this
Oh, dude,
recipe
that's
he had made
nasty.
when he was like,
I hate an eggnog, dude.
yeah,
Yeah, I hate it, dude. That stuff's rancid.
I love it. but
I'm sorry,
the
what?
it's like really cringe. It takes
Sorry?
like
Oh,
sorry.
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. It's all
You
good.
apologize, bro. You haven't even heard the recipe. Don't apologize yet. Listen, it's 1 pound of sugar.
Oh,
Um,
that's so much.
I think it's like 2 liters of heavy cream.
Oh my god.
Like 32 shots of rum. It makes a lot though. Like it makes like
Yeah.
enough to feed like a party full. So we did a 1/4 of the recipe, but still, um, 32 shots of rum, like a bunch of other stuff. But it's basically like diabetes in a can or in a bowl. Like it's like you take one sip and your arteries, you can like hear them screaming for help, dude. Like you can't find your veins anymore. They're just so fat. They like mesh, or I guess you can't find them. I don't know. Anyways, it's ridiculous. But this thing, I had a sip. It doesn't even taste like the eggnog you buy in stores. It doesn't even taste like that. It just tastes like rum with like
That's nasty, bro.
it tastes like if you mixed cream and rum. And I don't really like the taste of that. Like those
No.
chocolates that you get.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like it tastes like those.
Dude,
Like the
those are
alcoholic.
freaking slimy. I don't like
You
those.
like those?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's bad. It's slimy in a bad way.
It's a bad kind of slimy.
Yeah, who would have thought that was possible, dude?
I know.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's very odd. And like I
Yeah.
had one sip and I felt like I had just eaten 3 meals and I needed to like go have a
Yeah.
nap. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. What's your
Hey,
what's
wait.
your like
Hold up. Could I just go grab some ice? My wrist is sore. Real
ice on
quick.
your wrist? Oh yeah, tell how you felt or what tell them what when you're back what you did.
Yes.
All right. We're gonna have AirPods in so we can like listen to him do it. Um
Oh.
it sucks. Anyways, what I was gonna say is
Hi, Dad.
base oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, we can just
Oh.
continue this way then. So what did you do to your wrist?
Um. Hold on. Focusing just one
I
moment.
was
It'll
like,
be.
oh no, dude, I'm gonna have to try and carry the conversation by myself. It'd be so cringe.
It's ultra cringe, dude. Oh. Right, we're
He's
back.
back. Ice on his wrist.
Oh.
I like those pajamas, by the
Yeah,
way.
just close the door too aggressively.
Can you
Nice.
can you flex the pajamas, please?
Can I flex the pajamas? I mean, gladly. My auntie made these.
Your
The hem,
aunt made those?
the hem is impeccable.
Yeah?
It's
Give us a
impeccable.
little, give us a hem close up, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, you're gonna get a nice foot shot here for any of you.
Okay.
Hold on. So
Okay.
you can't really see that. Hold on. Let me just
Dude,
hold on.
if
We'll
Quentin
just
Tarantino's watching this, he'll be creaming. Sorry, that was
Dude,
gross.
that's facts though, huh? Hold on.
Are you
Um,
disrobing fully?
no, I'm just taking off the. So that's the impeccable hem right there,
What a hem, dude. Did
dude.
she work in an Old Navy
Fine.
sweatshop? Because that is quality.
Dude, it is quality, and you know what? It's adjustable. It's an
No way.
adjustable hem, dude. It's insane.
How?
My aunt is like the seamstress goddess. That didn't really make any cool
The
sense, but
seamstress, dude. Oh my
Oh,
god. What I would
I
do
know.
to have a seamstress aunt.
Oh yeah. So I had 2 crashes on my ride today. So we're gonna take you on a journey of how I
Okay.
slammed my wrist. Um. So yeah. So basically, we were loam sharking today.
You
We
were
were loam
loam
sharking.
sharking.
We were loam sharking. We found this super gnarly loamer.
Lone wolf.
Um.
It should be called
Frick.
lone wolfing if you're alone loam sharking. Or you could just say I think I'm gonna go in alone today.
That's so bad. Dude, I'm
I know,
laughing at
dude.
how bad that is.
Star
So,
Wars the Clone
anyways,
Wars. I need to stop.
basically, so first crash of the day. And we'll chuck in an honorable mention from my guy Ethan today as well.
He's
So
my guy now. You're my guy.
oh,
He's your guy. We're guys.
uh,
Ethan, what's
my
up,
man
bro?
just
You're
got
my guy.
stolen, bro.
Thank you for
Um,
watching all the way through to this
so
podcast.
you know what? They the lads I rode with might actually watch this. Because
Yeah, they
because
better to
I said,
support.
well, no, like
Whoa,
honestly, because
support.
I said I was doing a podcast with my friend today, and they were like, "Oh, dude, that's sick. What's it about?" And I was like, "If I'm being real, I don't actually know too much about it, but it's
Did
gonna
you
be
hear
good."
me say support? Oh my god, my mind broke there. I said support twice in a row. Sorry, I'm like,
That's kind of
I'm having
cringe,
sort of
dude.
a breakdown right now, dude. I can't say support. Support. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So basically, anyway, so we it was probably one of the gnarliest trails I've ever ridden, like top three gnarliest trails I've ever ridden,
What
which
does
is
gnar
saying
mean?
something. Like I've
Is gnar
like
like
just sketchy and like difficult, like
oh,
gnarly. It's like lots of rocks and roots, and like you got to be super precise and just it's
is it
scary,
is it good though? Is gnar good or
dude.
bad?
Gnarly is fun. Gnarly is fun, but it's like this is ultra gnar. So basically, what happened? So there's this. So you go over this log, kind of, and this is like super steep, like yeah. I don't like it's I can't really explain it how steep it is. It's
Go
just
like that with your
the
hand.
thing is like with like oh I would say it's a solid 69 degrees all the way down.
Yeah, that's
No,
quite
but it's
extreme.
dude, it's steep. It's really steep. So basically, you come over this log and you go down these rocks, and it's like okay, yeah, that's okay. Um, but then you got a right hand turn.
How do you go over a log? You just have to bunny hop it?
No, so it's like kind of already half. It's like most of it's in the ground. You just kind of go over the log and into like a rocky chute. Um,
Sounds so cringe.
no, dude, it was actually really fun. But so then you turn right, and it's just like some loose rocks in like a pretty tight kind of valley. And when I say valley, I just mean like big enough for your bike to fit in. Um,
Like an
so
inlet or a fjord? No,
yeah,
that's
kind of
water
thing.
stuff. I don't know what I'm talking
Um,
about.
so then you go, and then there's this step kind of that you have to like drop, but then there's a corner right after it. And keep in mind, this is like really steep. So basically, my
It's
my
not
reign
that.
of terror on this section of trail was put put to an end quite
Oh, were
promptly.
you
I
shredding
went
though before that?
dude, I was yeah, dude. There was like some steep sections. I was like just I was ripping it. Like I was actually going a lot faster than I felt comfortable with, but I was like, hey, I feel in control, so let's go with it. Um. So, anyways, basically, we were riding, and I just came over the log, rode the rocks and the roots
Did you
super
know what it
nicely at the
looked like
top.
before you did it?
Oh
Or were you
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. I
free?
looked. I know.
Okay.
I looked at it. I'm not that much of a madman.
Okay.
But so I looked at it and I was like, and then I rode the rocks and roots like really well. And I was like, oh, okay, that was not that bad. And then I went in to the right turn. It's a pretty tight turn, and I didn't have my wheel fully straight in the chute, and my front wheel just hit. I don't know exactly what it hit, but it hit something, and then it just stopped, and then we got the classic over the bars, just like over the bars, bikes sideways, bouncing down the trail.
The
You
whole
know,
cringe fest.
classic, classic over the bars, and then I was like, yeah, my wrist hurts, but I can
Did
still ride.
so was it did you go over the bars because you broke too hard or because your front wheel hit
No, no,
something and
no.
the
It
impact
was
slammed you
it was
forward?
it was yeah, because my front wheel got stuck on something, and I hit
Um,
the and I just went over.
did you do like a flip and land on your feet?
Yeah, well, no, not on my feet. I landed on my wrists. But,
Dude, my uncle is a stuntman. Or
yeah,
I don't know if he's my uncle. What is he? He's like my some like cousin, my mom's cousin's brother, or I guess that'd be her cousin. So something weird like that.
yeah.
I guess that is my uncle. What is an uncle, dude? Oh no, that's your
An
mom's
uncle is
sister.
your parents' brother.
Yeah.
It's not her sister.
Yeah, not my mom's. Oh, dude, can you tell? I didn't sleep very well last time. Um, we have like, I've got my friend editing this for me. I'll just have him go through and like find clips of me being an absolute idiot, dude. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I said it as a joke earlier, but you were saying you didn't ride from August to September or something, and I said that's at least a year and 1 month. Anyways, so what? It's not my mom's brother, but it's my mom's cousin's, and he's a boy.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay.
this guy's a stuntman, and one time he was biking in Vancouver,
He's biking in Vancouver. Okay,
and
I'm following.
some like, awkward car came in really fast and hit him, and he
That's kind of
rolled.
cringe.
So this is the car. This is him on his bike,
Yeah.
whatever, pedaling, and he hits this, rolls over my windshield, does a flip, and lands on his feet, and walks away from it. And everyone's like, "What the hell?" And he's like, "Yeah." His basically stunt madness came in so clutch. His bike was like total. Like if he'd stayed on his bike, he probably
Yeah.
would have been really injured. Yeah, he like
Well, I mean, he's a PogChamp gamer. I really wish I hadn't said that. God.
Dude, oh my god, that's good.
And that's getting cut. That's getting cut right there.
No, 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 no. There's no. Don't worry. Only Liam will see this. Have you seen? Speaking of PogChamp, though, have you seen the photo of like the SAT? It's a screenshot of the SAT tests, and it's
Yeah.
the English one, and it's like, oh, is the following sentence an example of? And it's like a metaphor, a hyperbole, um, uh, a simile. That's what I'm looking for. And then the fourth option is like a PogChamp moment. And they were just trying to, I guess, like, it's like actually
I don't
real.
have to read the question to know that it's a PogChamp moment.
Yeah. I guess
Like
they're trying to
honestly, let's be real.
be cool with the kids or something on the SAT, but it works like it backfired so bad. And then another one was like it was like what what person is the narrator in? Is it first person, second person, or I mean first person, third person, or third person omniscient? And it's like, oh, Jack is such a simp. And that was the quote. Yeah, like I don't know what the SAT test makers are doing, but very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird.
weird. How about you?
Strange.
Is there any Christmas festivities going on at your place?
We don't have our tree yet because we don't want him to die.
No, Archie, we're gonna give him water. We're gonna put a little bit of cocaine in the water. He'll live. He'll live till June.
Oh, 100%.
Boost his
Dude,
immune system.
if you can make your Christmas tree last all year, I'll pay you like $50.
Do you know how much upkeep that is? That's like I'll lose $2,000 in like tree grow
You
chemicals.
got me, bud. You got me there. Yikes! I was trying to bamboozle you.
That'd be kind
What
of
the
cool though.
heck?
What if you grow into your house? You figure a way to like just have the roots of the tree be in your house.
It'd be kind of epic, actually.
Dude, oh my god. You'd have to have dirt floors though, which would be kind of weird. It'd
Oh
be
yeah,
like
dude.
a Minecraft house.
Minecraft house.
Like a beginner, like my type of Minecraft house. With like,
Should we stream some Minecraft on the podcast?
okay, well, dude, my computer, I'm doing this on my laptop. This
Oh.
records at 8 frames per second, dude. If I open Minecraft, it'll be half a frame. Like, you don't understand. Mike, I don't even need to turn my heater on in the winter. I just screen record a podcast and it like warms up the whole house.
Dude, it's like the PS4.
It's like, yeah, Christmas morning. My parents are like, Jack, would you screen record on your computer? It's sort of chilly. We don't want to use the fireplace.
It's more expensive.
Yeah, dude, I save money by screen recording. Oh my God. Imagine that's like world's cheapest. You know those shows where they find like the cheapest people, like this one guy, like he doesn't want to
Oh, the
buy a
cheapest
microwave.
wrestler?
No, I
You know
saw
the
one where
cheapest wrestler?
what's that?
Oh, dude, it's hilarious. So it's like it's on TLC, right?
What's that?
The Learning Channel, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
like the one where the guy. Well, there's one where she likes eating rocks. There's one where the woman gave up her entire life career to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja
Like
Turtle.
cringe addiction.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were telling me about the cheap wrestler.
Oh right, yeah, the Chief Wrestler. So I don't fully, dude, I zoned out there. I don't fully remember the thing, but the the one thing that I do remember was so he got into uh like a semi-professional like wrestling. I don't know what is it
Is
called.
this a
Like
real story or is this a joke?
I'm not sure. I don't think like it was. This is what happened in the video, but um, so you know we'll just drop a link to it afterwards. We'll chuck a link in
Yeah,
the
easy.
description.
Yeah.
But so yeah, he was like training for this thing, and then he got into it, and then so he had to drive from New York to New York. And I forget where he was driving from, but so basically he was trying to, and yeah, so keep in mind this guy he has one set of clothes, because he's the cheapest wrestler in the world, so he just spends as little money as possible, and he has just like the worst car ever. It's just so terrible. And he's driving. He's driving across like 2 states in it or something. Like it's
Oh
something
my god.
ridiculous. And so basically, there's this one clip of him negotiating a gas price with the, with the attendant.
He's trying to snake them down.
And
Oh,
I'm like, like what? That's not a thing.
he's
Like how is he gonna reduce the price? Like
you
are you
know
like
what?
what? And then he literally like he actually like convinces him to reduce the gas price for him. I think it was like 10 cents, but he was like worth. I just spent 20 minutes convincing this guy to give me 10 cents off
Oh
gas.
my god, dude, that's so fun. Well, that's like, you know how there's like the octane rating, and so like the worst octane is like 81, and then it's like 87 and like 93
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah.
This guy just like imports it from Russia. It's like 22 octane. It's like they pay him to take the gas.
Well, you're the cheapest if you don't have to pay duties, then that's easy money.
Yeah, dude, that's a big red flag. Well, the one I saw, it was just like cheapest person, and it's this guy, and he moved into a house that had a free hot tub, and
Yeah.
so instead of buying a microwave, he just puts all his food in plastic bags and chucks it in the hot tub to warm up. And he like he doesn't want to use water because that's expensive, so he just like
Well, yeah.
bathes in this hot tub.
Dude, that's like how to live cheap.
Yeah, I guess
That's
he's
the
just
definition of living cheap. He's like on another level.
Gandhi like visited him. He's like, yo,
Yeah.
eliminate all your worldly possessions except for the hot tub, bro. That state.
That's how to do it though. Like that's how you're gonna get married to the bag.
That's right, dude. Like that man doesn't need a woman. He just needs a long wedded life to the bag. Like, what's the
Well,
marriage?
how do you know
What's
the bag? How do you know the bag's not a female? Hmm?
could be, but it's not a human.
I mean,
A human. It's not gonna be, dude. You don't call like you don't call a female animal a woman. You don't say, look at that woman to a cow. It's look at that cow.
it's a woman cow.
Well, all cows are shotties.
Kind of facts.
Is that true?
They got the dump truck.
Oh yeah, because they have udders. Men don't make milk.
Yeah.
Well, they don't make that type of milk.
Hold up. I don't think we should get into that
No, dude.
conversation.
Bull sperm is in energy drinks, dude.
Oh yeah.
Taurine. It's called Well, it's not like taurine is in bull sperm, and it's also in um energy drinks. So I don't know where they get it from. I don't know if there's like some farmhand whose job is to just like extract, or if they just like acquire it some other way. But I hope it's
Okay.
the second one, dude, or else that's
Yeah, I hope it's
poor.
the second
Or
one
else
as
I know what you're
well.
doing for a summer job. Mom, I'm off to the farm. Oh god, dude.
No, but you know what I might actually be doing this summer
Yeah,
for a job? I might be working in a rail shop, which is like where they cut rail and like drill it and then sell it.
railroads.
Yeah, like for trains.
How much would you make?
Well, so I know the owner.
Oh,
Um,
that's why. I was like, why
and
would you choose a
so
train store?
So he said, but I'm actually pretty interested in it. It seems pretty cool, and I like that kind of stuff. Because he said it'll teach me about welding and like basically all the stuff that you learn in metal shop. But
Okay.
um, so yeah. Problem is the workshop's on Annabis Island.
Where's that?
It's like the I don't know exactly where it is. I just know that it's like between Surrey and Richmond. So
Oh.
it's like yeah,
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's kind
But
of
yeah,
clean.
I'm pretty interested in it. It sounds pretty cool. And so basically, so anyways, yeah, I know the owner. And he was like, well, depending on how good your work is, I would definitely be willing to give you like some like promotions and raises as your work went on. And I'm like, kind of clean though.
Okay. The problem though is you probably only get one promotion max during summer.
So yeah, well, I mean, it's better than none,
But I mean,
which
if you
is
go
what I'm
back the
getting now.
following year, you
That's the
build
thing,
on
right?
the
Yeah,
thing and the thing.
yeah,
But because you work in a bike shop now, right? Or do you still once that you've bought your
yeah.
bike?
I do. I'm gonna stop working there soon. But yeah,
Do you have any funny bike shop stories?
mostly just people coming to the shop, and you know, I don't want to tease anyone on who's watching it because like it's obvious to me, so I'm not gonna like say anything. But you know, there's been some, you know.
There's been some tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Go on, give us
Okay.
a little
Well.
snippet.
Okay. Well, so basically, I asked this. So it's a pretty small shop, so we're only having one person in at a time.
Mm.
Um, and so this one guy, so we already had someone in the shop, and this one guy comes in the shop. I'm like, hey man, can you just like wait outside? One person in the shop at a time is like just it says it on the sign. And he was like, could you just like I just have one question. I'm like, no, get like just please wait outside, dude. It's not that hard. We'll be with you in a minute. He was like, I
Were
know, but
you
I just have
salty
one
to him, or
question
were
about.
you being like
No, no,
clean?
no. Like I was professional about it. Like I was like, dude, just like please wait outside.
You're
It'll
like,
only be a few
dude,
minutes.
shut up! I hate you. Go outside now. You are a worthless.
That's what I wanted to say. But then he was like, he was like, I only have one question about my handlebar, and it's like, and I was like, bro, just well, I didn't say bro, obviously, but he was like, I was just like, man, can you just wait outside, please? It's not gonna take that long. And he was like, fine, I'm giving you a one star review on Google because you guys don't know how to run a freaking bike shop, and I was like, okay. Then if we don't know how to run a bike shop, then why are you coming to one? Huh? Why are you coming to this one? I didn't
You
say
said
that, but I wanted to. I really
okay. I was
wanted to.
gonna
I was
say,
just like,
dude, you're
mate.
ballsy.
No, I wanted to say that so badly, but I was like, dude, he's already cheesed. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
cheese him anymore.
This question was probably like, okay, so I spun my handlebars the wrong way, and I
I
can't
can't
undo.
spin them back
Yeah,
around.
get you
It's
out.
getting caught on my saddle. Can you take my saddle out so I can spin my bars around?
That's so stupid. Well, that's like, yeah, like I totally know what you mean about like wanting to curse at people because I work in a restaurant and the servers will always be like, "Oh, that table is pissing me off so bad," dude. And they'll just like vent to me and it kills me because they just like
Yeah,
insult them so bad. And then I go and overhear them at the table and they're like, "So, how are you guys doing? I hope everything's well." And they come back and they're like, "Yo, fuck those guys, man." I mean, obviously not that extreme, but you know what I
yeah,
mean. Yeah, dude. Well, that's the thing. Some people are so disrespectful recently. Like this, this one table, it's very clear where like you can't bring in your own cake because
yeah,
that's sus about COVID. And
yeah.
you're also only supposed to be eating with your family or like the people that you
Mm.
live with. And it's a table of 6 people and they're three different couples. And I'm
Nice.
like, okay, what do you think the odds of them all living in the same house is? Probably mad low. And they're like obviously like rich, dude. Like that you could see like they were had like designer clothes and stuff and they were like as with some rich people, they were being douchey to the servers. And so
Yeah.
this guy's like, bro, Jack, could you just like help me out? Can you go clear that table? They're like pissing me off. And I was like, yeah, of course. So I
Okay,
go over,
my
I take
guy,
their
I
plates
got
and
you.
stuff. I was like, my guy, it's done. You need anything from me, dude. I'm talking anything. You've got a cousin you don't like? Done. He's gone. You'll find him in the woods. Nothing. Don't worry.
So basically, what you took from that is you started a hitman service.
Well, yeah, started. Uh,
Dude,
no.
Samuel Volpe on that new. Dude, they on some new
They on that new bag, dude. No,
shit.
I'm joking. We don't kill anyone. um, I go over to the table and um, I am like, hey, I'll take your plates, blah blah blah, and then I leave, and then their meal ends. I don't know why it said that actually. The me clearing their plates has nothing to do with it. And then they leave, and they brought a table with them. And at the start, the manager was like,
A
"Oh,
table? What?
oh, no, not a table, a cake." They brought a cake with them. And at the start, the manager was like, "Oh, just so you guys know, you're uh, you're not allowed to eat this in the restaurant because of COVID. If you could just eat it outside." They're
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, no worries, of course." And then at the end of their meal, the guy goes over and they're opening up the cake box, and he looks at them and he's like, "Oh, you're just gonna take pictures of that, right? Because you're not supposed to eat it." And they're like, "Oh, of course, just pictures." And he goes over 5 minutes later, and it's like half eaten, and they're just like munching. And he goes over and he's like, "Guys, he was really professional. Like, fair play to him. Well,
Yeah.
obviously that's his job, but he's like, oh, like that's actually really disrespectful because we told you multiple times not to, and you still did it. That's like kind of cringe, bro. Why did you do that?" And they were like, "Oh, sorry, we didn't know." And then,
You
but
didn't
nothing
know.
happened.
Okay.
Like, they didn't
Yeah,
get kicked
buddy.
out or anything because we're better than that. But basically, they ended up having to leave, and
Yeah.
um, well, not having to leave, but they ended up leaving like when their thing was over, and they paid, and then everyone was cheesed. But in the exact same night, dude, the same night, these people, we have a rule where you're only allowed 2 hours at a table, which is pretty
Yeah.
good, but still,
Yeah. No,
because like
that's like
obviously you
more
don't
than
want
enough.
like the less amount of time they spend in the doors indoors is better.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so good at sentences.
I
Um,
know. You don't have to tell me that, man. I'm listening.
and this table is like, it's been an hour and a half, and they were only on like pastas, and they still had like mains and desserts. So the manager goes over and they're like, "Oh, just so you know, we do have a 2-hour policy on this. So like,
And they were immediately cheesed.
and she was, they, I mean, not trying to give away the gender, even though I already
Okay,
did.
bud.
Whatever. She was like, "Yo, I'm just trying to keep everyone anonymous, bro. Just trying to keep it
Yeah, bro.
DL, just like
On the
rule
DL.
one, rule one of loaming." Anyways,
Loaming, dude. That's what it is, man.
um,
That
she's like,
we gotta
"Oh,
say it like we gotta say it how it is.
we can like of course get you things to go, but just so you know, you might not have time for desserts. You might only have time for mains, and we're gonna get those out now." And they're so cheesed. They're arguing. They're like literally. They were standing there for like 15 minutes arguing, and then the manager
Bruh.
leaves.
You should use an eighth of your time at dinner, mate. Come on.
Yeah, stop being a fit. Yeah, bro. Quick math. And then another 15 minutes goes by, and the manager's like, "Okay, we've given you some complimentary desserts. And we've already packed them up and stuff for you, but like your 2 hours are up, so just if you could please, and like the next table's here, so if you could please like get out in the next 15 or something." Like it wasn't
Get
like
out
it was
of
like
my restaurant.
gracious enough, and
Yeah.
they're so cheese, and they're like being stubborn. They're like, "Nah, bro, I ain't leaving," and it was like the most sus night. Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah,
cringe.
sus night.
It was no, I mean,
Really.
working at a restaurant's fun though because like
Yeah.
you just like I don't know, it's a whole different side of the like eating in restaurants that you would never really know.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing with me, right, is I've obviously never worked in a restaurant, so I can only say this about retail. But I would say if you if you're like above the age of like 14 or 15, I feel like you had to have worked in a retail job before you can go into a retail store. You know? You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like you probably know what I mean. Like just from those stories that you told me. Like
yeah,
like you have to work. You have to have worked in a restaurant as a waiter before you can go to a restaurant. Like that kind of thing. You know?
yeah,
It's just like you know how people can be, and you
yeah,
don't want to be that person.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I think some people are like blessed by not being dickheads,
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. But like then you get those people that just like, dude.
but I think yeah, like I think everyone should have to work a retail job at least once in their life.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Well, because I had this one guy, right, who came into the shop, and it was like, so we closed at the time we were closing at 5. It
Was he
was
being a fish
four.
about it?
It was, yeah, dude. So it was 4:50, and I go to
Oh,
the front of the door. I go to the front of the shop, and I'm like, oh, okay, what can I get you, man? He was just like, oh, I'll take a brake cable. And I was like, oh, okay, no problem, I got that. And then but there was already a customer in the shop, one customer in the shop at the time. Um, so then I was like, oh, that's it, that's everything. He was like, yeah, that's all good. That's all I need. And and then and then the next customer's in there for like an extra 5 minutes or whatever. I was just waiting. Um, and then he comes in, and then my one of the guys I work with, he was like, "Oh, I need the till Henry," and I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, let me just ring this guy through." And I already started like the sale because he'd said like that's all I just need the brake cable, and
mm-hmm.
then he was like, "Oh, actually," and then and then I was ringing him through, and I was like, "Oh yeah, so that's like whatever, like $4," and he was like, "Oh, I need some housing too," and I'm like, "Bruh, you literally could have said that when I explicitly asked you if that was all you needed, or like in the time that the other customers in here and you weren't,
Mm-hmm.
and but I didn't say that. I was just like, what? No, stop. And then I was like, okay,
You
whatever. How
said
much you need? And
no?
he was like, no, no. I was like, please, dude, just I'm done with this. I'd already worked I worked an 8-hour shift that day. I was like, I'm done with this, dude. Can you just like not? And then so I went and measured the 5 feet or whatever of brake housing, and then I was like, okay, yeah, so that's all good. And he was just like, oh, I kind of want to browse for a little bit, and I was like, there's people outside, you can't really browse right now. And then he was like, oh no no, just like a little bit, and I was like, dude, sorry, you just have to pay right now. Like there's people outside, and then he was like, dude, I will. And then he was just like, no, no, dude, I just want to look at this one thing. And I was like, buddy, like, I don't think I can make this any more clear. Like you need to pay for your things and get out. And he was like, oh my goodness, fine. And this man was cheesed, and I was like, I was way more cheesed than he was, but I was just not showing. I was keeping my cool somehow. I don't really know how, because I mean I have a fiery
I was
temper. I
gonna
almost
say,
said
how did you?
temperature,
I have
but
a fire temperature, bro. I've been
dude,
coughing.
bro, I got
It can't take shit.
and then I'm like, oh okay, and then I'm ringing him through, and he's like, oh, can I grab some ferals as well? I'm like,
What's a feral?
stop it! It's they just go on the end of the cable housing,
Uh,
everything.
you
Yeah,
you
but
said stop it.
no, but I was just like, bro, can you like honestly, and like I didn't say anything. Obviously, I was just like, yeah, okay, sure. But the thing was that
When you
the other
keep
guy
on
that I
saying
work with,
"I said," it makes you sound like a poor, poor, poor employee, dude.
no, dude, do I keep saying I said?
You keep on being like, "I said, screw you, dude. I hate you. I'm so done with
Did I?
this."
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this. I'm gonna have to watch this back then because I don't feel like I'm saying it at all. But like basically,
I
I'll
know what
just
you
say
mean, though.
this
That's what
now.
you're
Like
thinking.
with all of the like the things before, I was like professional about it. I was like, oh yeah, for sure, I can get you that. But like in my head, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
okay. I know what you mean.
Um, but so basically, and then he was like, oh, can I grab some ferals? And I was like, oh, fine, sure. How many do you need? But the best part about this was that my one of my the guys that I work with needed the till this entire time.
Oh yeah.
Um, and he gets really grumpy at the end of the day. Like no matter what, because he gets really grumpy when he hasn't eaten, and he hadn't eaten that day. So I was like, oh, bro, I'm gonna catch some of this heat, dude. I don't want to catch it. And then so he was just
Playing hot
waiting at the
potato with
till
the heat.
for this entire time, and I was like, wow. So this customer is like messing with me, so it's making me look bad. So I got the ferals, and I was just like, okay, is there anything else you need? And he said, and then he was like, no, it's okay. I just need to pay now. And I was like, bruh, come on. What do you mean you just need to pay now? You just needed to pay when you said, oh, I only need the brake cable.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
come on, bro. And anyway, so yeah, I was like super cheesed about that. And we had like 4 people outside the shop, and then we had to close it because that man took like 10 minutes in the shop. I was like, wow, that's classy, mate. That's classy.
Hmm.
I
But
was
did your
upset about
coworker get
that.
cheesed on you?
Well, afterwards, I was like, yo, I'm sorry about that. Like, that guy was just an absolute dick. And he was like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, I knew, but I just get grumpy at the end of the day, especially when I haven't eaten. I was like, yeah, I get that. But he was chill about that. So, well, good.
That's cool, dude. So how? Yeah. That's nuts. I mean, but I think what we're saying is true.
Freaking
Like,
jeez,
I think
dude.
everyone should have to deal with annoying people for at least like 6 months
Yeah,
of work, because it's just like it
yeah.
gives you a whole nother like outlook
But
or
dude,
whatever.
not even 6 months. Like honestly, like
Two
2 months
shifts.
maximum.
Yeah.
2 months maximum. Like honestly, yeah. Dude,
I,
yeah. It's and the same thing with bus drivers. Like I think you should be a bus driver before you can go on a bus.
yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're like our age, unless you can't drive. But it's like, dude,
Toddlers just like whipping a bus around. Like, bro, try to ride the bus.
no,
What
it's
you
like
mean?
did you see that video where it was like the kid who 10-year-old who like hijacked the school bus and he was just ripping down the street? Did you see that
No.
video? Oh,
No.
dude, he had like a fleet of police cars chasing him, and he was flying. It was hilarious.
That's ridiculous, dude. That's really
I
funny.
know.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What I especially find funny is just like how, like, since you're selling people something, they'll be like so rude to you.
I know.
Like I was,
It's
I
like,
was
bro,
cl-
I'm trying to give you this. Like,
like I'm
honestly,
doing you a service, and sure you're
I
paying me,
know.
but at the same time, like I was clearing someone's table, and there was like a bone because they were eating meat, and there was
Yeah,
a bone on, and there was some fat that looked sort of like meat on the end. I couldn't tell if it
yeah,
was fat or meat, and so I was like, "Oh, hey, are we still working on this?" And in other words, basically. And then
yeah,
the woman looked at me and she's like, "Oh yeah, because there's so much left to work on." And then her husband
bruh.
started laughing, and she just like smirked and looked at me,
What the
and
frick,
and
dude?
I just took her plate, and then I was like, "Oh, sorry."
And
Then
then
I
you
walked,
and then you hit her in the face with
yeah, and I punched her in the face. No,
it.
and then
You stabbed her in the eyes with a fork.
yeah, and then I went back, and then I was like, "Oh, how was everything? I hope it was good." And she was like, "Oh, it was good. The service was a little iffy, but
Bruh.
like to my
Dude,
face."
I had someone like that at the shop. I literally had someone like that at the shop. So basically, we had a customer in the shop, one customer in the shop at a time. Like it's not a big shop, like it's tiny. It's basically like a narrow hallway kind of thing. Like that's how wide it is. And
Yeah.
and so basically, this is like the one time I was like a little bit snippy with a customer because I was like, dude, I've already dealt with so many pricks today. Like I don't, I don't want to deal with you. Like honestly, I can't. Like just
Mhm,
please stop. But so, anyways, she was waiting outside for like I don't know, not very long, like between 5 and 10 minutes, just
mhm.
to buy a lock, and because there was a customer in the shop, and then I was telling her about the locks, and she was like, you guys should really make it two people in the shop at a time. Keep in mind, this lady was not wearing a mask, and she was like,
How
you
old
guys
was
should
she?
really make it two people. I don't know, maybe like mid 20s, early 30s, something like that. But she was like, you guys should really make it two people in the shop at a time because this is really terrible service. And I was like, you know what? There's a little bit of a pandemic going on if you haven't noticed. So that's why we're trying to limit the people in the shop. And she was ultra cheesed. I was like, dude, just get out of the shop, honestly.
Did she buy
Like,
a lock?
yeah, she bought a lock.
You
Well, because
still got the
I'd
sale,
already,
baby.
dude, well, I'd already sold it to her. I already
Oh,
sold it to her. I was like, bro, you're not getting your money back for this. Like, we don't
yeah.
refund locks.
You just got finessed, lady. It's really
Dude,
funny, dude.
it was a little too smooth, honestly. Though it was like,
Yeah, I think honestly, we're getting to that part of the show, dude. Do you
yeah.
have any questions for me? Any mind-boggling, brain-rattling,
Um,
freaking leg-aching questions that you need to ask me?
leg aching questions. I mean, we kind of like catch up at soccer practice. I'm gonna be real, but
But next year, dude, you're not
let's
gonna
see.
be at soccer. I won't see you
I
ever.
know. Well, dude, we can just like make it a routine.
Just you'll hang out in my
Hang
garage
out.
still.
Yeah, honestly,
But if
like
COVID keeps up, I'm never gonna see you
yeah, but
because you won't be in
dude,
my
no, it's gonna
bubble.
be kind of sus, bro.
So sus. What's the most embarrassing story you have?
But well, why would I tell my most embarrassing story on the air?
That'd be funny.
It'd be funny.
Ding.
I
So
don't
give
really
myself
have
a hint.
any like.
I can't. There's slights
I don't
cheesing
really
me
have
out,
any
dude.
like super embarrassing stories that I can even remember.
Did you do anything
Like,
like,
and that's just
or like awkward?
that's
It
not
could
even
be
cap. Like, an awkward cringe moment.
an awkward encounter. Yeah. You don't have like there
I mean,
could just
I've had
not be.
tons. I just can't remember any right now.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
honestly, trying to think. Like Um, an awkward cringe moment. Dude, I've had so many. I literally can't remember any right
Okay, it's all good. Do you have any questions for me before we wrap this baby up?
now. What was Jack like as a 7-year-old?
Jack is a 7-year-old. The
Is he a
thickest
Slimer?
man you've ever seen. I was wide, dude. Before I grew in height, I
Yeah,
shrunk in width. Listen,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
wide. My voice was high pitched. I loved Winnie the Pooh. What grade is
Buddy,
that?
who
2?
didn't?
Oh, I was cracked at Manhunt too. Even though I
Oh,
was
buddy,
wide, I could still run.
I was cracking Manhunt.
I was cracked at
But
Manhunt.
you know, when I was you want to peep that hair color? Peep that hair color.
Mm.
Everyone watching the show. When I was in kindergarten, my hair was blonde.
Yeah, that's funny.
For real.
For real,
For
for real.
real. No cap.
That's kind of awkward how it just
Yeah,
changed.
kind of awkward.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, buddy.
Here you flip and go. Thank you very much
There you
for
go, mate.
being on here, dude. I'm glad it sort of came out of nowhere. Manolo was just like, "Yo, get Henry on here," and I was like, "No balls." And then I texted you, and you were free, so it worked out.
Let's go.
Um,
Like,
yeah, I'm really glad you could make it. I'm sure you'll
yeah,
be on
buddy.
here again. You can tell your most awkward slash embarrassing moments that time once you think of them.
Yeah, buddy.
And yeah, hopefully, actually, once the VPL opens up, we can have you on the new setup, dude. It's gonna be like
Oh,
I
yeah,
swear, it's
buddy.
gonna jump from 360p to like 1080, 60 FPS,
Oh!
good audio, like professional mics. It's gonna be clean.
It's
So
gonna
I'm
be
excited for that to drop.
clean with it?
It's gonna be very clean with it. Um.
Not for that.
So yeah, dude. I mean, thanks for coming. Uh,
Yeah, buddy.
adios. You have to do a salute. Okay.